Hello! I was just trying to think of stuff to do whilst we're in lockdowns, so something to keep me entertained and also hopefully you'll enjoy it as well. And I just thought about, well, I'll share my costumes. I've kept loads of my costumes right the way through the years, from my dancing days to my days with the group Prophecy to my days in London, Spain. I've even got a couple from quite recently when I moved back from Spain, so I thought I'll share them with you. I've got 3 bagfuls of costumes upstairs covered in dust, so I thought I'd get them out of mothballs and I'd share them with you, so I hope you enjoy them. So we're going to start at the very beginning. The very beginning, way before I was into rhinestones and stuff like that. So I had this one made for when I was dancing. I was 16. Oh, a bit of a Bobby Dazzler to start off with. I was 16 and yeah, it was 1987. My father's girlfriend she's a bit of a seamstress, so she made a little bolero top. We loves that. And these chains, at the time, I was 16, I was working in Freeman Hardy Willis, the shoe shop, and they had these chains hanging round from handbags that had broken off the handbags and stuff like that. So I managed to get them. So that creates that. So, some of the sequins are hanging off. But that was my very first solo dance costume. So I posted a couple of videos recently of me dancing, and I was wearing that. I don't know where I got the trousers from. And there's a little belt. Oh, I forgot about that little detail. Look, they're yellow. They're that dirty. I've even got chains around there. So I'm looking very 5-star because I was really into 5-star at the time. And I just wanted a bit of sequins. So, I sewed on all the sequins. But my father's girlfriend, Vicky, she did the little bolero jacket. Oh, I didn't know I was gay then. Could you tell? So that was the first one. I had that when I was 16. A couple of years later, still with the dancing, this is the costume. I was getting a bit more daring then. This is the costume that we won the Welsh Championships to. It sat about there. I had a 6-pack there, a natural 6-pack. Watch out, here comes trouble. And it definitely was. So we had sequins there. I also, with that, went a pair of cycling shorts. These cycling shorts at the time had the same sequins there, and they had bands going down there with the same sequins on, because the girls then had those colours of sequins on their costume. So that was my watch out, here comes trouble, because I was the only boy in the group at that point, and we won the Welsh Championships in that. I was going to say that little number, it really is a little number. So that's my dancing days. I had that when I was 18. So that was about 1989, just before I moved to Blackpool. In the 90s, 94, we started Prophecy, and we had various costumes. We were kind of like Steps before Steps came along, so we were all colour coordinated. There was lots of black satin shirts, white trousers, all stuff like that. So I've got this one. These are this is the only thing I've got left over from Prophecy. This is a bit of just a shirt. So me and Cliff would have this on. Generally we'd wear them with leather pants, or sometimes white pants, depending. We had lots of these kind of shirts. I think we had this in blue, we had it in red, because this was a nice look. And then Nikki then would dress same colours, but different costume, obviously. But me and Cliff would be dressed in exactly the same. There's some trousers. I didn't wear them for gigs. They're sentimental. They're Ian and Neil, who I did the video To Be Reborn. They were Ian's trousers. I borrowed them to come to Blackpool for a week's holiday. I never went back. I never give it to them back. So they're sentimental, so I keep them. So that's my shirt from Prophecy. Oh, I love those shirts. They still look good on stage today. I probably wore that in Spain as well. Or something similar. From Prophecy in the 90s, I moved to London. I was only in London for a year. I moved there March 2000 and left there 2001 to go to Spain. And this is a couple of costumes that I had then. I'll tell you about them later. This is just a little bit of a see-through, I don't know if you can see it, a see-through shirt. It's sexy because in London I was only doing gay clubs. So, and pubs and stuff like that, so it's a bit see-through, and that was lovely. It looked great on, it looked really, really nice on. It was quite expensive. And I used to wear that with, I'll show you these now. These were really, there's not much to them. and they did the job. As in, when I was on stage, not many people in a gay club, not many people were looking at my face. Okay, so I used to wear them. They were obscene, but it did the job. I got lots of rebookings off that. So those were those. I think I wore those a few times in Spain. A little bit of a combat-y thing going on. Oh, the memories. Oh God, I'd die if I wore them now. This is also from that, so I'd wear that. I wore this a few times in Spain as well, got a little bit of a zip there. I used to wear lots of these tops because firstly in Spain it was hot and it showed your arms, and my arms were always tanned and toned, and it just gave a lovely silhouette. But that was from London. I wore it a few times in Spain, but this was from London. That was a great top. A nice bit of skin tight up here, and then it kind of went a bit square. Lovely silhouette with that one. Moving to Spain. Now these are not in any particular order. I can't actually. I remember having pictures. Okay, I remember which picture now. Yeah, there's a poster taken, and I've got this on, which was kind of my main poster. It's a black poster with yellow on. I'll try and flash one of those up. So this is the shirt, and it still looks like new, to be honest with you. I didn't wear it that much because it's a bit see-through-y. Again, I don't know if you can see that, but it's quite heavy. It's like heavy material and long sleeves, so it used to be really hot because 50% of my gigs during the summer would go outside, which sounds great, and we do it on the terrace or on a covered terrace or something like that. Sounds great, but it was about 40 degrees in August, and I used to have to do like a 2-hour show, and I was dancing even more then in stuff like that. It used to be a killer, so I didn't wear that very often. That's why it looks so good. But I've got that in some posters. That's why I've kept it. So that's one. I had a couple of these kind of things going on, only because firstly they were really thin. They looked great on with black trousers, and it was just a little bit different for stage, because like I said, I wasn't into sequins and glitz then, so it was just something a little bit different. It's absolutely hideous, but it was great for a stage, you know. It looked good, black and white on stage, looks great. This one, I posted a couple of pictures earlier on in the week, 2 pictures. I had a peach background. This is the shirt I had on, and if you see, it's a see-through material. I'm not sure, can you see that, Andrew? No, you can't see that. Anyway, it's a see-through material. It's got all these raggedy bits.
You see it in the back.
Yeah, it's got all these raggedy bits that looked great on stage, and it was cool. It was long sleeve, but it was cool on stage as well. But that looked great on stage with a nice tight pair of black trousers. Looked really smart. So love that shirt. Love that shirt. This one, these are the kind of things. I'll do these together. I wore lots of these for Spain. Normally with black leather pants or just black tight pants. It's got that bit of a Ricky Martin kind of feel. So if you this is from Piff Paff. Was that from Piff Paff? Piff Paff. Piff Paff it was a great shop, and some nasty clothes, but it's a great shop, lots of stuff like that, so it was perfect for me. Yes, it looked good, and it felt cool, and it had a bit of Ricky Martin vibe because I was singing and dancing as well, doing some Ricky Martin songs as well, so it kind of fitted quite nicely. So that's those 2. I've used that. That's skin tight, and I'd be lying if I said I haven't used that a few times for a bit of a fat vest. Pull everything in under a costume. So that was nice and cool. These 2 crossed over from Spain to here. I think one of the last gigs in Spain I had that on. I used to wear that with white. There'd be a white t-shirt underneath. That would be floating around. Again, that kind of like I used to have in Prophecy, that kind of like a safari kind of style. But looked great with white. And that was from 2000. I bought it in 2002 in Paris. And I wore both of these here in the UK when I first came over. Talk about getting your money's worth out of that one. It's a red shirt, red with black, and sometimes I'd wear that with a black t-shirt, black trousers with that open so the wind would catch it, and it looked great and it's really quite effective, and bright colours. Like I said, I wasn't into glitter. So moving on to box standard. A box standard. I had this one from Spain. This was from Zara. Every singer has these, and I've got different colours of these upstairs. A black satin shirt. Shiny, looks great on stage, moves well, every singer has them. So we had these kind of things in Prophecy in different colours. I've got loads of different colours of these upstairs. I still wear a black satin shirt, can't beat a black satin shirt, but that was from my Spain time. Looked great with the black leather pants because they all had a sheen. Now these little special babies, fell in love with these. They're a nightmare to wear because they're so heavy. So they're kind of like black trousers, a bit flary on the bottom, but they've got this caging over the top and looks really, at the time, looked really trendy, a bit Backstreet Boy bandy looking. So I got these mid-noughties, like I said, looked great on stage. They were a bit of a nightmare in Spain because they were heavy, but I did a gig off the back of You Raise Me Up back here in Blackpool, and I wore that with one of the tight black tops. And so every time I see those, and that was I think one of the greatest gigs I've ever done because it was amazing. Everybody in Blackpool knew You Raised Me Up and the place went mad and I was wearing them. So love those. I think I took them to Helsinki as well and wore them, so they were a great kind of poppy feel. And here we have it. Oh, I'll do these two together actually. The Grotti. These are the black leather pants I bought in Spain. These were the black leather pants that I wore for the Hot Love video, and this is the top that I wore it. And if you notice there, it's got a dog-sized chunk missing, so that was on the line and one of the dogs jumped up and pulled it down, but I couldn't throw it away because I wore that in the Hot Love video, and it was a great. I used to wear that with, I think I wore that with those like cargo pants, but these are crusty. I have got the leather pants that we have in Prophecy somewhere, and they're like cardboard. You can see they're all white, because you can't wash leather pants. And I used to be doing gigs in 40 degrees in leather pants, so at least be soaking wet when I used to take them off. So, but I can't throw them away. So I'll try and go through these a bit quick. This I loved. I wore this to death. And this reminds me of the Bonanza bar in Bel Madna. It's faded a little bit on top because the sun's got it. But that was great, again, with leather pants or black leather pants. This was all right. I didn't mind this. This was a nice outdoory. This reminds me of the race course in Mijas. I wore this a lot. It was okay with white. I used to wear that with, I'll show you them both together. Now I'll say like these pants. Now the two exactly the same. One in ice white, which looked great with that. Oh, it's fallen down. This looked great with them. So, but they had tassels on them. So I wore these to death. They were thin, cargo-y pants again, but they had all these tassels. So when I span, they just flew back. All about the drama, all about the drama. So I had those in ice white and in black, again wearing them to death. So these two are a bit special. Start with this one first. This is from the race course. We used to have a family, can't remember the girls' names, but the girls used to come up on stage with me and dance to Tragedy and stuff like that. And I used to call them Jason's Angels. So one day they turned up, came on stage and they had jackets on, and I was a bit kind of, okay, and they're going to get them to do Tragedy. They took the jacket off and they had that on. But theirs was pink, and they bought one for me as well. Jason's Angels, oh! So I love that from the, so I've kept that one. Also on a similar sort of theme, Jackie and the boys made me all this. In Club La Costa we used to do chicken or beef, and the twins knew it off by heart. So every time the twins were there, I'd bring them up for me. I tried to embarrass them, but there's no way I could embarrass them. So they all had these on with Oliver Air on the back, all written in. So they got me one as well. Love that. Keep that. Keep that. And then these couple now are just kind of leading up for the last bits and pieces in Spain. That went great. Again, a little bit see-through-y. That went great with white pants. It was really good. All those ice white flappy things. That was a nice little one. I do wear that very often actually. And this was a great one. This was skin tight. But slowly getting to the glitz. I don't know if you can see it. There's a bit of glitz going on in there, like a silver thread. So that again looked great with black pants. It's all about the silhouette, isn't it? So and because I danced as well, they all had to look like kind of dance costumes as well. So zooming to the end. These are from Blackpool. When I first arrived in Blackpool, we had that. When we filmed the video for our Eurovision entry, Tom was wearing that. So that again looked good on stage. I think I wore that in Helsinki as well. And this is my old faithful, my black. I wore this in Spain, in Helsinki, and I wore it here as well. Wore it to death. Definitely got my money's worth out of that. That's just a black waistcoat. That looked great with everything, and also it was very forgiving. So those are my costumes. I hope you've enjoyed it. I just thought I'd share some of these with you. Some of them you might recognise. Some of them you might have photographs of me with them. If you've got any photographs with me wearing any of these, send them in. And I hope you enjoyed that. Have a great day.